Bottom line viewers, it's Mitch here for my favorite weekend of the entire NFL football calendar. It's the Minnesota Vikings, the San Francisco 49ers. You like that? We have the 49ers, the number 1 seed in the NFC, taking on the number 6 seed Minnesota Vikings, fresh off of a huge, absolutely massive upset over the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans in that Superdome. Now they're trying to go into a hostile environment in San Francisco, a place that's been waiting for a team like this for seasons. They've been promised a new dynasty with Kyle Shanahan and Jimmy Garoppolo. They have Joe Montana in the building. They have Barry Bonds in the building. NBC's running the game. You know they're going to be hyped. Kyle Shanahan, he's going to try and come in here and put up a fireworks show. His last playoff game, 28-3, trying to prove those doubters wrong, just like Kirk Cousins, his former quarterback. We have Zimmer versus Shanahan. We have Garoppolo versus Cousins. Dalvin Cook. This game's going to be awesome. Nick Bosa, D Ford's back in the lineup. Quan Alexander's back in the lineup for San Francisco. My prediction for this game, right off the bat, I do have San Francisco winning this game at home, 27-20. I think it will be a very competitive game. I could see the Vikings winning this game. I could see it going either way. I think these are the two most talented teams in the NFC, and I do believe whoever wins this game will go to the Super Bowl. But I am picking the San Francisco 49ers to win this game. I think this is a big moment for Shanahan, big moment for Garoppolo, and they find a way to come through with the victory. The spread is 7 points, so my prediction is right on the 7-point mark. Sirens in the background, they're excited as well. Let's go, guys. So, Vikings, San Francisco 49ers. Make sure that you are in the chat, get in that comments. Let me know who you guys think is going to win. Let me know what you think is going to happen. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Before we get into this game, as NBC is starting up their pregame here, Gronk spike the like button. Subscribe to the Bottom Line View if you haven't already. And of course, I want to hear your opinion, so get in those comments. Let's have some fun today watching this game. Give me your opinion throughout the game, what you see, what you think both teams could change. Maybe you have an opinion on the game as it's going. Maybe you were picking the 49ers before it started, but you're seeing something that the Vikings are doing well and you really want to go with the Vikings. Let me know in the comment section. Let's have some fun, guys. So, I want to hear what everyone thinks. I want to hear what everyone's picking here. So, we do have some Vikings taking it 34-28. Ultra has the Niners 30-27. Chiefs has the Niners winning the game. Deshaun says, let's go Vikings 27-23. He says the Vikings will win. And Deshaun liked the video. Thank you, Deshaun. What else do we have here? A Human says, first comment, just established my dominance as GOAT over Kevin Durant. Well, congratulations on that. Kevin Durant. He also says, Mitch, I won't be able to watch because I'm going to a friend's B-Day party. All right, have fun there, A Human. Thank you for coming in and at least supporting the channel. Laker fan says, here we go. And Mr. Singh's prediction is in, 26-13 for the 49ers. Thank you, John. What's going on, John? Make sure you guys go over there and subscribe to Hot Take Hockey if you haven't already. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, I'm glad that they're doing the game because, in my opinion, they're the best team in terms of broadcasting. Al Michaels is the GOAT, in my opinion, as a play-by-play guy. Collinsworth, some people don't like him, but I enjoy him. I think he's exciting. I think he's fun. Bodo says Vikings 27-21. Am I reacting to Tennessee and Baltimore? I did say in the community tab, if you check that out, I did say I would do a recap for that game. Right now, that's the plan. If I really feel like doing a reaction and I'm just super excited about it, maybe I will, but I doubt it. I think I'm just going to stick to the recap. And then if people miss this live stream, I can also go over this game as well for the people that missed it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a live recap once the game ends for Baltimore, Tennessee. This game will be a full reaction from the first quarter, first play to the end. Bodo, what's going on, man? Are you watching this game today or are you still driving? Kevin says, just watch the highlights of the Vikings 49ers game from last year. Garoppolo threw 3 picks. Yeah, Garoppolo, he had a rough game in that one. That was his first ever start I believe, as like the starting quarterback because he came in the year before. He played like 4 games at the top for a second. Let me see. Run CMC is in the chat. 49ers defensive line will eat Minnesota alive, says Max. Bodo says, watching in a storm in Cincinnati. Of all the places you're in Cincinnati. That's hilarious. Cincinnati. Where do you live, Bodo? Is it still live, though? At least it's still live, so I didn't have to restart it or whatever. Julian says, stream stopped for a second. It must have been the internet or something like that. Sometimes that happens. Basketball God says, I think the Vikings are going to win it. All right. I think a lot of people are on that Vikings train. I don't think it's a hard train to get on. I don't think it's a hard train to get on. Really, because, like, I don't think anyone hates the Vikings unless you're, like, a Packers fan. I think it's easy to cheer for the Vikings. A lot of people do despise Kirk Cousins, though, for some reason. I don't know why. I did beat Kevin Durkin in Madden. It was a lot of fun. If you guys weren't there live last night, we had a lot of fun playing Madden. I played a Busboy. I played Kevin Durkin. I played... I didn't play Turtle. He was in the chat, though. Jake Barton came in for a surprise guest. We had a lot of fun. Imagine Madden. I played him under a new name. James says he's keeping his fingers crossed that Brady gets a real contract extension with the Patriots before March 18th. I don't know. I'm assuming that's going to take place before the draft. Like, I think they would know their plan before the draft. So we'll just have to see, man. I don't know. There's been really no reports. I still don't think Tom Brady knows. And I think that's the issue right now. So Adam Thielen is playing banged up. A lot of players playing banged up. This is an elaborate intro here. All right. We're getting the kickoff now. Mitch Wisnowski kicking it to Amir Abdullah. Ultra says, it's so easy to root for Kirk Cousins. I don't even play Mutt, bro. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings are getting the ball first. Bodo says, Joe Cool looking cool. As F. Stephon Diggs. Adam Thielen. Kyle Rudolph. Riley Reif. Pat Elflein. Bradbury at center. Klein at right guard. At right tackle, Brian O'Neill. So, starting for the Vikings, they're in their classic it looks like Rudolph to the left. Handoff to Cook. Trying to the right. Outside to the right. Couple yards. That's going to be key early on. If they can get Dalvin Cook going, I feel like they can kind of stay in this game and they have a legit chance of winning this game. But if they're not able to get that run game going and get their man Dalvin Cook going, I don't really think it's going to be a great day for the Vikings offense. Because whenever they're forced to pass consistently from the shotgun, that is when the Niners D-line can tee off on Kirk Cousins. Another handoff by Cook, and he's stopped behind the line. So this is going to be a big, big play. This could be a 3-and-out to start the game. 3rd and 8 for the Vikings. Buckner just shot the gap. They tried a little counter play. And Buckner just made a great play there. So 3rd and 8. Cook to the right of Cousins in the shotgun. Thielen wide to the left. Diggs in the slot. Cousins throws, and that is going to nobody. That's incomplete and a 3-and-out to start the game by the Minnesota Vikings. That's not the way you want to start the game. That's not the way you want to start the game. Miami says hi. What's up, Miami? Ultra says, should the Pats sign Brady? I don't think it's worth it because at best with a 43-year-old Brady, they'll go to the divisional round. I guess I feel differently than you. I think if they sign Brady and they sign a receiver and a tight end, I feel like they have a chance to go to the Super Bowl next year. But maybe we just disagree on that. So 49ers are getting the ball back. Jimmy G coming out for the first time with 13:41 left in the first quarter. The Vikings' number one receiver. I don't know if they really have a true number one guy. Because Diggs and Thielen kind of share the responsibility as a number one. They just play different roles, really. That's what I would say. All right, first play of the game. That's Matt Breida for a couple of yards. I'm way ahead of you? That's interesting. Because I think I'm actually on delay doing the game. The stream is on delay. That's what I think. Second and 8. "13 minutes. That's complete. That looked like that was a bad throw by Jimmy. Quick release, but bad throw to the inside of Samuel when it probably should have been to the outside of Samuel to lead him. But it was still caught by Samuel in the slot for a first down. First down, Niners. First down goes to the Niners. Nice catch in between a couple of players. I don't think the Ravens will be as dominant as they were this year. They should still be in the playoffs, but... And the Texans, I have no idea. I think the 49ers will win if they score more points. I think that's kind of how it works. Second and 10 for the Niners at the 50-yard line. Play action. Time for Jimmy. He floats it, and that's caught by Emmanuel Sanders, the Super Bowl champion Emmanuel Sanders, for a big first down. John's having a nice burger. Making me hungry now. My score prediction was 27-20. But right now, the 49ers looking like they might blow them out. Sanders to the 25-yard line. And this was a big part of the game plan. Watch how Kyle Shanahan schemes up to take advantage of Barr. Because that was one play where they took advantage of him right there. First and 10. Jimmy throws over the middle to Sanders. Wide open again. And that's a first down. First down again. Jimmy G in rhythm. Wow, Ravens have 15 free agents? That's crazy. When do I want to does anyone know when the Texans and the Chiefs have to sign Mahomes and Watson? Because that's going to change their roster a lot. First and 10. 11 minutes left in the first. Driving are the Niners on their first drive. Kyle Juszczyk in the game. One receiver to the right, it's Emmanuel Sanders. Handoff. And that's Tevin Coleman for a yard, maybe 2 yards. Nobody ever knows who's at running back for the 49ers. Bodo says this could be a blowout. Kevin says, I think Emmanuel Sanders and Deebo Samuel make the difference for Garoppolo this time versus the Vikings. Potentially. George Kittle, first down. He's trying to fight for more yards. He's inside the 5 at the 4. That's another first down. Well, they got drafted the same year, so... It probably is one more year. Depends when they want to sign him, though. And the Texans are in a really weird spot. Like, I feel like the Texans are going to be one of those teams where they're going to be, like, good, but not great because their roster is too centered around just their quarterback. Like, they've built their roster very funny. First and goal. Play action. Throw! That's complete for a touchdown. That's Kendrick Bourne of the 49ers. And that is an early 6-0 lead. What's hot mic? What do you mean? You need to get on hot mic. What does that mean? Nice play. Nice design. Kittle takes the D end. Look at that. That was awesome. Looked like a power run. Set it up. Robbie hits the extra point, and it's 7-0. Singh says Vikings will lose badly. Doesn't look good right now, that's for sure. That's kind of the worry about this game for the Vikings, is if they fall behind too quick. It's going to be difficult to come back. Do you guys think the Vikings will be able to respond on this next drive? Oh. Where are you Vikings fans at, says Chiefs. I don't know if they want to be in here, to be honest, right now. They're going to wait for something to happen. I think the Vikings need to come out just swinging with some play action. Something. I think they need to throw the ball on this drive. (1970) divisional game. 1987, Vikings won over the 49ers. 1988, 49ers beat the Vikings. 1989, 49ers beat the Vikings again. Wow. 49ers have pretty much owned this rivalry. I didn't realize the Vikings were so good in the 80s. Like, good that they always made the playoffs, but never good enough to reach the Super Bowl. All right, so Abdullah brings it back to the 20-yard line. And the Vikings will get it with 9 minutes left in the first quarter. Drippy shirt, Mitch. Thanks. James says, if Mahomes takes the Chiefs to the Super Bowl and wins, will it officially break the Madden curse? I forgot that he has the Madden curse. He did get hurt this year, but I would have to say, I think that breaks, that would be a breaking of the Madden curse. Great start by Garoppolo. Yeah, he's looked really good so far. Great play calling, too. Second and 8. Cousins throws incomplete. But there is a flag on the play. Could be interference. 8:49 in the first. That was Witherspoon in coverage on Diggs. Chiefs says Vikings so confident because they won in the Superdome, but they don't know the reality. Singh says no quarterbacks have played good against the 49ers this year. Drew Brees did. Dennis says Cousins doesn't look comfortable at all. Yeah, so far. Max says Shanahan is a genius. Dennis says, no, they didn't. 22-22-1 is the record between these teams. In the 80s in the playoffs, the 49ers dominated from what they showed. 1st and 10. Well, obviously the Niners were very good then, but a screen to their 3rd string tight end, I believe, Conklin. Gain of 5. Nick Bosa pushing a tackle back into the lap of Kirk Cousins. This is Nick Bosa's first playoff game, too. 2 tight ends to the left for Cousins. 2 receivers. That's play action, and a hit on Cousins, but that pass is off to Irv Smith, and it will be a 3rd and 2 upcoming. Big 3rd and 2. I almost wonder how much Shanahan had influence on the defensive game plan for the 49ers, because, of course, he knows this offense like it was his dad's offense. So it's kind of interesting, because I don't think typically he has too much of a say on the defensive game plan, because Saleh covers a lot of that, but I would be intrigued to know like how much coaching he did on that side of the ball this week. 3rd and 2. Cousins slant to Thielen is open, and that's complete for a 1st down. Thoughts on McVay quit play calling duties? Really? I didn't even hear that. That's interesting. Is that a rumor or is that real? I don't know. Who's their offensive coordinator? I didn't hear that at all. Did somebody say that? That's very interesting. Well, actually, you know, a lot of people seem to think that they actually hired McVay for his play calling, but it was actually because McVay is just a really good leader. You know, he is a good play caller, but he's a better leader as a head coach than anything, and that's why they hired him. Throw over the middle to Cook for 5-ish yards. It's going to be 2nd and 5. So, a little bit of rhythm. I like the play action usage by Kirk Cousins. That's what I said they needed. 2nd and 6. Thank you for the compliment on the shirt, guys. I appreciate that. Maybe I should get more of these shirts. Bodo says big 3rd down. 6:15 left in the first. Kevin O'Connell. Okay. I know him. 2nd and 6. Handoff to Cook. Cook will get about 3 or 4 yards and make it another 3rd and short. This is where the Vikings want to be. They want to be in these 3rd manageable situations. It's weird because they're showing the win percentage of Cousins when he plays playoff teams, But then they show the passer rating, and it's almost identical. Third and 2. Brandon says, let's go Niners. Cousins throws it up to Diggs. Diggs comes down with it, and that's a touchdown for the Vikings. Wow, what a throw, what a catch, what a move on the route. And Witherspoon gets burned by Kirk Cousins and Stephon Diggs. That's balls by Kirk Cousins throwing it up there. He's just playing like Eli at this point, just going for it. All right, let's see. Just a really nice release by Diggs. And he won the route from the start, turns Witherspoon inside out, and that's a touchdown that was a nice play by Diggs. Yeah, that was won by Diggs from the start. 5:23 left in the first, and it's going to be 7-7, assuming Bailey makes this, and he does. So 7-7. Wow. What a play by the Vikes. Witherspoon did get burned. That was interesting. They played like they sold out for that. That was one-on-one coverage. That was man-to-man, one-on-one. And that's what I said in the preview. You know, I said Diggs, Thielen, they have those advantages on the corners. What were you wrong about, Mark? Rick Badboy says Cousins slowly earning trust in these playoffs. Run CMC called it. Over-under on both teams combined to score 60 points. Under. No chance they'll score 60 points. Come on, man. Deshaun says, still got Minnesota to win. Charles says, go V. Go Vikings. Singh says, at least Kirk has a playoff win. Max says he took the under. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, James, I saw you the first time you posted that. Mark says, I said they wouldn't come back on that drive, and you know, they did. You know, never underestimate the Vikings. Vikings have that 6 seed swagger. Coach says, you like that. Exactly. Cousins with that big kahunas. Guys, if you're just joining the chat, make sure you do Gronk Spike the like button. We're having some fun today. I'm commentating this game, 49ers Vikings. 7-7. Good game so far. Good offense so far. Vikings 3 and out. 49ers went down and scored. Then the Vikings responded with a big play from Stephon Diggs. Witherspoon is garbage. Go Vikings, says Miss Sharon. We got some Vikings love in this chat. And I don't think it's from Vikings fans. That's the funny thing. Like, I don't know how many actual Vikings fans are in this chat. If you're a actual Vikings fan, put 1. If you're just cheering for the Vikings, put 2. If you're cheering for the Niners, put 3. 5:23 left in the first. Kickoff by the Vikings, and it goes out of the back of the end zone. So we'll see Jimmy G. Aladdin get the ball back here for his second drive. Average depth of throw for Garoppolo is the lowest in the NFL. I didn't know that. Average yards after catch is the highest in the NFL. That makes sense because the Niners have a lot of guys who can make something happen after the catch. Kittle, Samuel, Sanders, Bourne, all their running backs. They're a very fast offense. I look like I'm about to play soccer. Mostert with his first carry of the game, I believe, for 5 or 6. The most successful run by the Niners today. So, few Vikings fans. I see no actual Vikings fans so far. Interesting. If you're cheering for the Chiefs at 4. 2nd and 4. Handoff. Broken tackle by Mostert. And he's close to a first down, but I don't think he has it. We'll have to see where they spot it. Raheem has been the lead back for the last, 6 games of the season-ish. If you're cheering for your bet, vote 7. Who do you bet on, Bodo? CJ says, let's go Vikings with the flex. 1st and 10. Garoppolo. Handoff. Again. Interesting. They had so much success early on passing the ball. Now they're going to the run. Mostert with a couple yards there. Maybe they want to continue to set up that deep shot down the field. Wow, you're cheering for the Chiefs run CMC? Really? Why is that? You big Mahomes guy? Everson Griffin has been pretty good in the postseason. 2nd and 7. Kendrick Bourne with a long looping play. But a handoff right up the middle exposes the defense of the Vikings for a first down. Mostert looking good early on. I'm surprised he wasn't in on the first drive. I don't think he was in at all. Good double team. Great blocking. Great design, too. That's never good when your safety has to make a tackle in the run game. Garoppolo, throw, and it's mistimed and inaccurate. So 2nd and 10. Kevin says over-under both teams combined for more than 3 turnovers. I'm going to say under. I think both teams have 1 turnover, but that could be interesting. That's a good number. It's a good number. Oh, you have the under and the Vikings covering the spread. Interesting. Who should you cheer for in this game? I don't know. Whoever you feel like is calling to you. It's just a thing. You should just feel it in your bones. 2nd and 10. Handoff, and that's going backwards for the Niners. So this will mean a long 3rd down attempt after Breida gets stuffed. Oh, who did you think I'd cheer for? I guess an AFC team. I didn't think it would be the Chiefs, though. I don't know. Maybe the Ravens. I don't know. This drive, 5 rushes for the Niners, 1 pass. Thank you, NBC. 5 wide again, but Garoppolo calls in Juszczyk and then splits him back out. Jimmy G throws it, and it's caught! Wow, under pressure. Jimmy a little lucky there, but Bourne made a great adjustment. And they come up with the huge clutch first down. That's huge. Garoppolo's a little banged up. Got hit on that play. Might be feeling it a little bit, so we'll have to pay attention to that going forward. So Juszczyk takes the guy out, and wow. Good timing on the pass. I think that was one of those things where Garoppolo kind of just saw that the guy might be in that spot, so he floated it up there. Yeah, I agree, Rick, bad boy. I agree. What if the Packers give the Niners their first loss? Why do you keep saying that? They didn't. They got absolutely smoked. 1:18 left in the first quarter. What do you do for a living? I am a student, and I do this. Charles, I don't think I've seen you much on streams. What was the first video you were on? Is this the first video? Bodo says he will never cheer for the Ravens. Well, that makes sense. You don't even cheer for the Steelers, though. That's your team. How can you not like Mahomes? I like Mahomes. James says the NFL record for most career seasons played with one team is kicker Jason Hansen. That is one of the most random stats ever. James, if you could do me a favor, if you bring up these stats, bro, could you bring them up regarding the 49ers or the Vikings? That would be great. Oh, okay. Max says, that was a great throw by Jimmy coming from a Vikings fan. Max, how do you feel right now about this Vikings defense? They're kind of getting torn apart here. But they probably should have had that third down stop. Those are the ones that are killer. Those third downs where you're just like that close and you can't get it. Bodo Realistic Winter. That's his name. Mark says, I live in Ireland and your commentary is coming in about 15 seconds before the game. Thanks for telling me what's coming up. I don't like surprises. No problem. Charles says, are you in broadcast? I'm in sports media, yeah. Kevin says, Belichick traded Garoppolo to the 49ers to keep Brady from ever going to play there. It actually seems like that's kind of a realistic thing, don't you think? I mean, that's kind of becoming more and more realistic. Run CMC says, Stefanski should be a head coach. We'll see. He could be. Could be the Cleveland guy. I just missed the play, but I believe Danielle Hunter just got a sack. 2nd and 20. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, so basically nobody blocked him, and he just came in free and sacked the quarterback. That was not a very difficult sack. Max says, our defense has given up a lot of yards and completions all year. The red zone is where we are elite. Okay, interesting. So you just got to get better in that red zone today. 2nd and 19. Garoppolo. Another 5 wide set. Throws it! And it's almost picked off. Should have been picked off by Eric Kendricks. Kittle was well covered on that play. Very good defense. He kind of was forced to, though. Go Skittle. He had no choice. Unless he didn't want to win 2 more Super Bowls. I guess that was up to him, though. Rick Babboy says, can't believe Josh McDaniels actually visited the Browns for an interview. Yes, and I don't even know if he's going to get the job. 3rd and 19. Looks like the Vikings should get the ball back here. Oh, false start. False start by the 49ers. So it's going to be 3rd and 24, guys. I think the Niners are just going to try and get into better position to punt this away, but we'll have to see. They're kind of in an awkward position where they don't want to, like, even if you get a few more yards, like, it doesn't really make sense to punt. You know what I mean? Like, if you get like 15 yards here, we'll have to see what happens. But they're in an intriguing spot because they're at the 50-yard line. So, Garoppolo steps up in the pocket, escaping to the right, and he just goes out of bounds. Nobody open on the play, and Garoppolo couldn't make anything scrambling, so the punt unit will come out on 4th and long. Who's my team? The Patriots. I'm sure you would be happy to know that. Ghost Skittle says, sounding like Cleveland job is going to Slade Dable or Jim Schwartz. Interesting. Vikings got to Jimmy there. Who's my Joe Burrow comp? I don't really have one yet until I actually go and study him, and then I'll have a comp. I haven't looked at the draft yet. Singh says punt. Punt, punt, punt. Did you guys enjoy, for those of you who came into the Madden chat live stream last night, did you guys have fun? Bodo wasn't there, though. Classic Bodo. Mike says Patriots with eyeballs rolling. Charles says Patriots are going into a new era. We'll see. If they get rid of Brady, yeah. I don't think the era really ends until Brady's gone. Niners are playing lousy. Had a good first drive. That drive wasn't bad. You're not going to score every time. They should set their defense up with good position to stop the Vikings. How deep do I go into the draft? How many players? That's a good question. I guess it depends. I usually go deeper on certain positions than others. Rick Batboy says Schwartz as a head coach again. Bad move. Ghost Skittle says Chiefs Ravens AFC Championship. Vikings Packers NFC Championship. Ooh. Yeah, Minnesota looks good. This game's going to be good. I've been telling you. This is going to be... I think this is the best game of the weekend. Bodo, I didn't mean to upset you there. I was just joking. What's my team now that the Patriots are gone? Patriots are still around. They haven't gone anywhere. That's my team. Do you mean from the playoffs? Like, who am I cheering for? I'm trying to stay unbiased. I think the Niners are the team the most because of Jimmy and because of Kyle. But I don't really, like, if they lost today, I wouldn't really be upset. I don't think I have necessarily a team that, like, is going to upset me. You know what I mean? King of Chaos says pass rush is getting to Garoppolo. Jimmy G isn't good under pressure. All right, we'll have to see. He's made a couple throws under pressure today so far. If I had to choose, like, it would be the 49ers, and second would probably be the Vikings, honestly. Vikings or Packers, one of those teams. I also kind of want to see Rodgers back in the Super Bowl, but I just don't think it's going to happen. 1st and 10. See, the thing I get that Wilson and Rodgers could be a great game, but at the same time, I don't think either of those teams are legit going to go to the Super Bowl. Like, I think either of those teams would lose the next round. 1st and 10. Kirk Cousins under pressure. He is sacked. And that is Armstead, who I believe led the 49ers in sacks this season. Yes, I did know that Brady grew up a Niners fan. Oh, he is going back to the Super Bowl. We'll have to see about that one. Like, I don't want... See, this is funny because I want him to go to the Super Bowl, but, like, at the same time, I legitimately think he could get blown out if he goes to the Super Bowl, and that would not be good. Like, if the Packers played, like, the Ravens or the Chiefs, I think they could get blown out. I don't know if that would be pretty. 3rd and 15 for the Vikings upcoming. Let's see if the 49ers can force a safety. Probably not going to happen. This is going to be a run. And it is. Dalvin Cook, a draw, running to the outside, trying to make something happen. He can. He gets to the 10-yard line, and the Vikings will be forced to punt. This will set up the field position battle. Like I said, that Niners drive, you guys were like, oh, that wasn't a good drive from the Niners. It was a good drive because then they forced the Vikings back within their 10-yard line, and now you win the field position battle. You get the ball back in good field position. I don't know. He's been blown out many times in the playoffs. I just don't think I'm kind of hoping the 49ers or the Vikings make it. Richie James with a big return to the 49. Because I don't think either of those teams would get blown out by an AFC team. Charles says, what was the Patriots' breakdown/failure? Not enough talent on offense supporting Brady. And that was the biggest reason, honestly. I think if they had like one or two guys that were legitimate playmakers, I think they would have competed in the AFC. Other than that, I think specifically versus Tennessee, not having enough big people to stop the run was a problem. Because their defense was good, but Tennessee was one of those offenses that could actually take advantage of them, and they only actually gave up, 14 points? They still lost on offense. So, it is what it is. I think it was mostly playmakers. And I actually think the offensive line played pretty well, and I think a lot of people will blame Brady. And yes, he's not what he used to be, but I still think if he had one or two better players around him, he would have been fine. And the defense was good. I think it was mostly playmakers. That was a good return. Oh, here's Imagine Madden. He's in the chat. Run CMC says Belichick was only really aggressive during the regular season. Yeah, he was not aggressive at all in that game either. I think they still could have beat the Titans if they were a little bit more aggressive. That's a good point. Crow/Imagine has the 49ers winning 28-21. King of Chaos says, I think the Bears would be a perfect fit for Brady. Maybe. They don't really have a great offensive line, though. They would need to add like an offensive lineman and then bring in Brady. I think it would be good, though. I think they would be a playoff team for sure. I don't know how far they would go, but it's hard to know. Singh says if the Titans and Vikings are in the Super Bowl, who will win? Jeez. Actually, I would say the Titans, because I think if they were to beat the Ravens and the Chiefs, I'm going Titans in that mindset. But then again, the Vikings beating the Saints and the Niners and the whoever they play, right? I don't know, man. Like, Titans to beat the Patriots, the Chiefs, the Ravens? Holy. I think I would go with the Titans. That would be the most improbable run to a Super Bowl, maybe of all time. The Tennessee Titans. 1st and 10. Garoppolo, play action. Throws, that's complete. Oh, no, it's not. It's dropped by Bourne. Should have caught that. Garoppolo's not liking that very much. 2nd and 10. 12 minutes, 39 seconds left in the second. Kittle hasn't done much so far. Now, Brady's going to the Patriots. He's not going anywhere else. 2nd and 10. Crow has the Texans winning the Super Bowl. Handoff to the 50-yard line. That is Mostert, and that's only a couple of yards. So another long 3rd down for the Niners. Ooh, bold prediction. Niners are a one-year wonder. I don't think so, because I think Shanahan's too good of a coach. Just like McVay. Crow says Brady is going to stay. 3rd and 7, 12 minutes remaining in the second. And flag. Blown dead. That's false start. So another penalty that forces another long 3rd down. Do they choke or do they just lose to better teams? I think that's an interesting question. If the Hawks can host the NFC Championship, yeah, I mean, they could certainly go to the Super Bowl. If they beat the Packers and they play the Vikings, they have a legit chance. Third and 12. Samuel breaking a tackle. And that after the catch coming in handy, getting that 1st down. Another big throw and big catch by Deebo Samuel and Jimmy G. Buckets. Patriots should be playing the Texans right now, but the refs... Okay, enough of the refs. And Jimmy's, people saying he's not good under pressure, getting moving around that pocket. Jimmy G, the guy that he reminds me of most, people will say it's Brady. It's Tony Romo. He's a lot like Tony Romo. 1st and 10. Handoff, trick play. Garoppolo blocking. No! He ran over Anthony Barr. And then Samuel fumbled it. Oh my god, that was an eventful play. Did the Vikings have it? The Vikings have the ball. Wow. That was the greatest quarterback block of all time. Garoppolo just ran over Anthony Barr, and then Samuel fumbles the ball. Bro, how do you do that? That could happen, Charles. They were favored in the AFC Championship, but I don't think anyone was saying the Patriots had no shot of winning that game. Jimmy G's a lot... He's better than Jared Goff, in my opinion. Not a lot better. I was going to say a lot better. Not a lot better. And Jared Goff is not that bad. He's just not great. Yeah, run CMC. You were close. Can't believe that he fumbled that on that play. That was a nice design. That was trick. That was nice. And he fumbled it. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure that you do Gronk spike the like button. Gronk it. Kevin says, that's 1 turnover. And Garoppolo and Cousins are both good for at least 1 interception. Ooh. Are you sure? Kirk or Goff? I would take Kirk. Max says Goff is overrated. Very overrated. Yeah, I think he's a fine quarterback. I don't think he's anything special. That's how I look at it. Miss Sharon, what's your expectations for tomorrow? You think the Chiefs are going to win? Max has Kirk. Charles says, Goff isn't here, so I guess that's his answer. Okay, Bodo. Kittle, spike it. Does Kittle even spike? Run CMC. You can Cam dab it. How about that? Oh, Samuel was down, guys. So that Garoppolo famous block will stand. Down by contact. Kevin says Brady to the Rams. Honestly, that one makes more sense than the Chargers to me. It does. But Goff got paid, right? So, like, that's interesting. I think the Rams are all in right now. If they want to win a Super Bowl, I'd rather have Brady than Goff. And with the weapons that they have, and it's in LA, they have a great coach offensively. They have the weapons. They have Brandon Cooks, who Brady played with. First down. But they would have to trade Goff is the tough part. 1st and 10. That was a nice design on the run. First down for Coleman. Hughes check, good block in there. 1st and 10. Pitch play to Coleman. Nice block by Hughes check. Sets up an 8-yard carry for Coleman. Fullbacks are so underrated. I wish there were more fullbacks. Sharon says, I'm biased, but to be honest, Texas will give Kansas City a challenge, but we'll still come up on top. All right. It's fair analysis. Run CMC says, I hate the stadium lighting. What's wrong with the stadium? I actually kind of like the 49ers stadium. The lighting is sun, I believe. 2nd and 3. Handoff to Coleman, and that is a first down. Mike says Tampa Bay would be the best team for Brady. Everything's in place. No running game, but I think that could be worked out. And they would need to improve their defense to be a legit contender, but that could be worked out. And of course, they're not tied to a quarterback, so they would have to. They're in a tough division though, but yeah, that would be interesting. And Arians is a quarterback, but then again, Tampa Bay likes to shoot the ball down the field, and with an old quarterback that has to hang in there for time to throw the ball down the field, it's interesting. Garoppolo wide open is Deebo Samuel. Samuel's having a huge game to the 1-yard line. Samuel's like a running back. He always finds a way to push his way to extra yardage. It's impressive. 1st and goal. Garoppolo's trying to hurry it up. Look at this. Hurry up. Hurry up to the line. He tried to Brady quarterback sneak it, but it didn't work. Yeah, I love the way they're designing these plays, because some of these plays, like the reason why Samuel is wide open there is because Sendeo is having to choose, like his design on the play is to stay short on the flat and not go back on the route to Samuel, and there's nobody covering Samuel. It's just really good play calling. Great drive by the Niners. Touchdown, Tevin Coleman. '49ers offense looks really good. This is a good defense for the Vikings. And the red zone defense of the Vikings getting taken advantage of right now. Just good push by the Niners O-line. Nice. Coleman just has to dive in the end zone, basically. 7:10 left in the second. And that will be 14-7 for the Niners. What's up, Kevin Durkant? You woke up from a nap, all depressed that I beat you in Madden? 14-7. This is still the first quarter? Jeez. This has been a good first quarter. This game's going to be good. I just have a feeling it's going to go down to the wire. Okay, you take it back. 44-7. 44-7 what? Kevin Durkant says, nah, Mitch, I had to see a tutor at like 7. So I only got like 5 hours of sleep. Oh, a tutor. What are you getting a tutor in? Kevin Durkant says, now Tevin Coleman decides to get touchdowns. Yes, sir. Gonna be good. It is. It's good right now, but I'm saying like the end of the game, the fourth quarter is gonna be fun. That's when a game really truly becomes really good. Like, people forget that game, what was the game? San Francisco 49ers, like week 17. It was bad for like 3 quarters, and then the fourth quarter was bonkers, so everybody loved it. Yeah, I sucked at math too. Join the club. Join the club. What is my favorite subject? Well, I don't really have subjects anymore. But during like high school and stuff like that, it was more like I enjoyed like social studies and like English stuff. I would say mostly like history and like social things like that. Those type of classes were like more of my thing as opposed to math and science. Fourth quarters, I think, give everybody anxiety. I was having anxiety in some games this year where I'm not even a fan of these teams. Bodo says, with $4.99, thank you, Bodo. He says, unlike the Dolphins versus the Patriots, Kevin versus Mitch is always a loss. Max says he wants the Vikings to blitz more. Knowing that our secondary is beat up, I don't know why we are so content to sit back in coverage. I think it's because they don't want to expose the secondary. Because when you're blitzing, you're having to play more one-on-one coverage. And because your guys in your secondary aren't very good, that means that you're having to put those guys on an island most of the time. And you also have to say, okay, we have Danielle Hunter, we have Everson Griffin, we have a good pass rush. So they should be able to get there on their own. I understand what you're saying. I think they should do it at an odd time, but not all the time. Handoff, Dalvin Cook, and that goes basically nowhere on first down. Is Divisional Round the best round? Usually it is. It's my favorite round. Rick Badboy's favorite was history. I don't get lucky. Wrath of Raider says, will Kirk Cousins have another meltdown? No. I think if they lose, it's not because of Cousins. Okay, 2nd and 10. Cousins throws over the middle to Cook. He's trying to make space on the outside. He can't find anywhere to go. That's just great speed and tackling by the 49ers. That's the thing. You're not going to outrun the 49ers defense. You just might as well get your yards and keep going. Right? They're a really fast defense. Specifically in their front 7. 3rd and 10. 6 minutes left in the first half. I should change the quarter. I never did that. Third and 10. Six-man rush. There's a blitz on Cousins. And he's forced to check it down to Rudolph, sorry. And that goes basically nowhere for the Vikings. So they'll have to punt. That's a 3 and out for the Vikings. Packers versus Cowboys, best divisional round this decade. That was a good one. Personally, I have to go with Ravens Patriots in 2014, but that was in the conversation. The Vikings Saints as well in the miracle game was good. 4th and 6. Punt is away for Colquitt. Ooh. And the ball bounced, and James decided to take it, and they'll get it at the 8-yard line. 4:45 left in the first half. What playoff was worse from last year? Chargers versus Pats or Colts versus Chiefs? Probably Chargers versus Pats. That was like a blowout right at the beginning of the game. Max says Dez caught it. That was a good game. That was a good game. Kevin says big drive for both teams. Yep. If the 49ers score another touchdown, they're winning this game. No doubt about it. If this game goes to 21-7, book it, Russo. Guys, if you haven't already, Kittle spike the like button. Thank you. Also, if you're new, subscribe to the Bottom Line View for more live streams just like this. Also, share it with your friends, guys. Let's get some more people in here. Tonight we have Ravens-Titans. I got a recap coming after that game. That game's going to be interesting. I mean, it could be a blowout for the Ravens, but it could also go down to the wire. Like, I'm intrigued to see how the Titans play defense in that game. I'm intrigued to see Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. I think it's going to be fun. No, Gronk spike's way cooler, but I decided to go with something different. Yeah, I do get anxiety sometimes about that too, CMC. What channel is the game on? NBC. Run CMC helping you out. If the Niners would have lost either of these games, they wouldn't have been the number 1 seed. That's the crazy part. If they would have lost to Seattle or the Saints, they would have been in the position last week playing, or maybe not even that. They would have been the 5th seed potentially. The NFC Playoffs would have looked a lot different. 1st and 10 for the Niners. Motion, Kittle from left to right. They have Juszczyk in there. I formation. They're inside their 10-yard line. Garoppolo handoff to Coleman, and that goes nowhere. Teams haven't really been able to run the ball great today. Niners better than the Vikings, but neither one like really, really well. Four minutes left in the second quarter. Again, back in the I form. This time, Kittle's on the right. Stretch play to Mostert. Mostert gets some yards. He gets about 6 to make it 3rd and short. This would be a big stop for the Vikings because then they would force a punt to get good field position for their offense. Wow. Kittle stiff arm the like button. Not bad. Not bad. I don't mind it. I don't hate it. I don't think anything can replace Gronk's spike. The like button. Quarterback sneak for Garoppolo. I believe he got it, and he did. What do you guys personally like better? Do you like the reaction videos better, or do you like the recaps better? I'm always interested to know. Okay, Vikings had 2 D tackles right in the middle waiting for that quarterback sneak, but it wasn't quite enough. Good push by the Niners offensive line. First and 10 for the Niners. Jimmy throws it. It's picked off by the best linebacker in the league, according to PFF. That's Eric Kendricks. I don't remember who said he was going to throw an interception, but it's true. He did. Garoppolo got picked off. Eric Kendricks with the interception, who has been an all-pro player this year. Singh likes the recaps. Interesting. Eric Kendricks is so good. And he didn't bite. He didn't bite at all on the run. Great pick. Kendricks reminds me a lot of Bobby Wagner. 2:41 left. Thielen in the game in the slot. Cousins, play action. Boza after him, but it's a nice screen play to Cook. Cook breaks 2 tackles, and he's able to get a 4 or 5 yards. Who cares if Pro Bowl if you get the All-Pro? Like, everybody cares way more about the All-Pro. It's a bigger deal, but yeah. Pro Bowl snub for sure. Kevin says, Miss Sharon, how many points do you think the Chiefs will score tomorrow? I think they'll get to 30. I personally think. Oh, Kevin says Jimmy G is choking. That was really Jimmy G's, by far, his worst play of the game. That was... He's played good so far, but besides that play. Rick Badboy said, just told my friend this was going to throw a pick, or he's going to throw a pick on that drive. Vikings got a shot. We knew that was a big drive. We said it. We said it. Run CMC says Luke is better. He might have just saved the game. Big players make big plays in big moments. That's what they say, right? Yeah, he played better than, I would say he played better than both those guys this year. And he did get the all-pro nod over them, so. Usually the all-pro team is more accurate than the Pro Bowl. Like, a guy like Rodney Harrison went to like 4 all-pro teams, but never got to a Pro Bowl. I think he had 1 Pro Bowl because everybody hated him. So he never was able to go to the Pro Bowl. Funky says Kenny Golladay got snubbed. That's debatable because all the receivers that got in the Pro Bowl were, you could say they were good, they were great. I mean, Michael Thomas, Mike Evans, Godwin, and Julio. Like, you weren't really gonna vote anyone over them. So Charles says, I like if your 2 screens were next to each other. I can't show the game. Yeah, that's stupid. I don't understand why they count replacements. Run CMC says DJ Moore got snubbed. No. Great year. Didn't get snubbed for the Pro Bowl, though. Mike says, let's be honest. Jimmy's been inaccurate all day. Receivers have been making really good catches. I think it's been a bit of both. I just don't think you can play horrible and I don't think you could play horrible and your receivers are playing well. That doesn't really make that much sense. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but if he's been so inaccurate where he's just missing receivers, then they're not scoring 14 points. Cousins throws it to Thielen. Thielen gets the first down. Nice play. 150. This is the 2-minute offense here from the Vikings. We'll see what they have. 145 left in the first half. Sherman was in the slot on that play. That's interesting. Sherman's been on Thielen the whole game, which I think is interesting. 125. Cousins. Pressure. Another screen. Cook is really creative with trying to find room to run to. There's nowhere to go there. 1:15 left in the first half. No, Diggs didn't make it. It's kind of hard to do both at the same time, Charles. I'm watching every play. 2nd and 11. 50 seconds left. Inside the 20. Cousins throws, and it's incomplete. He could have had Diggs there on the out route. He just missed him. Bad timing. Out routes are all about timing. Got to have that timing. Am I going to be live for the next game? No, but I'll be live for a recap after the next game. Was Diggs better than Godwin, Evans, Michael Thomas, or Julio this year? I don't think so. I don't think Diggs is the best receiver on his team. Maybe that's a hot take. I don't think so, though. 3rd and 11. Diggs is too fast for Sherman, says Rick Badboy. I would have thought that would have been the matchup. But I guess I was wrong. Max says Thielen is better than Diggs. Max, the Vikings fan, says Thielen is better than Diggs. I will take that. Big 3rd and 11 here for the Vikings. But I think it's good to know that the Vikings are at least one score at halftime, right? They just couldn't have let this game get away from them at halftime. Who's my favorite 49ers player? I guess it's Jimmy, but I like Kittle a lot. I like Buckner a lot. I like Warner. I like Sherman. I like a lot of their players. 3rd and 11. Cousins steps up and gets sacked, and that's the healthy D Ford with the sack with help from Buckner. You're high. Cousins not happy. And that's what I'm saying. Drop back pass game. Vikings in trouble. 36 seconds left in the first half, and the Vikings will look to get a field goal to make it a 4-point game. Buckner collapsed that pocket. I think 3 or 4 guys on that play won their matchup. Like Ford beat his guy, Boza beat his guy, Buckner beat his guy. That's a deadly front four. Ford, Boza, Armstead, Buckner. Are you kidding me? Okay, Dan Bailey, who has the 93% during the regular season. This is a big kick for him. 39 yards. Bailey. And it's barely good. Just inside the left upright. 14-10. 31 seconds. I don't think the Niners have enough time to do anything, but we'll see. They could potentially take a shot here. Okay, 14-10. 14-10. There we go. D Ford is a sellout. D Ford is my favorite former Kansas City Chief. 31 seconds left. Ravens are better than the Niners. We have a comment. I think they might be, yeah. I think the AFC is winning the Super Bowl, guys. I've said it many times. I think that's going to be the case. Whoever makes it out of the AFC is going to win. But I don't know. I like the 49ers, but both defenses took over the second quarter. I think both offenses have held the ball, too. Like, they're not really... Besides that Diggs play, there hasn't been, like, many big plays down the field. It's mostly been long drives. .31 seconds, and it's just a quarterback kneel for the Niners. And they'll take it to halftime with the 14-10 lead. Shanahan talking to the reporter. Junior G or JRG says, that ain't happening. I love D Ford. Tom Brady loves him too. All right, we have some Ravens winning the Super Bowl. Jerry Rice giving an interview. Quan Alexander and Sherman in a heated debate. Yeah, I don't think the Finns are winning the Super Bowl. I think we could say that's not happening. I think it's fair to say that. Halftime. I wish we had a halftime show for this. D Ford's the man. Kevin Durkant says Chiefs can't win because the offense is inconsistent against good secondaries. Who has a good secondary? I guess the Ravens. If they lose to the Ravens, they won't win the Super Bowl. But if they get the Super Bowl, they'll win the Super Bowl. Does that make sense to you? D Ford got Brady his 6th Super Bowl, says Ultra. Kevin Durkant says they didn't play well versus the Chargers in the air, Mitch. Well, they don't play the Chargers. I'm saying who's in the playoffs that they would struggle versus. Kevin says go Pats. Rick Badboy. Rick Badboy hates the Pats. It's his least favorite team. Run CMC says no, Matt Ryan did. Matt Ryan did what? What's up? Is it? Yeah, K-Cast? K-Cast. What's up, man? How what? No, that's his 5th Super Bowl. You're miscounting. Miscounting, bro. Matt Ryan should have not taken the sack. It's all Matt Ryan's fault. Oh, so you don't hate the Pats. Not much, man. Enjoying this game so far. It's been everything I've expected. A good back and forth, good coaching chess match. Offenses are playing well. Defenses are making plays. This is the type of game I like. You know, it's good coaching. The defenses are making plays, but the offenses are also scoring points. These are the games I like. I don't love the super high scoring, no defense games. I don't really love the low scoring games. I like these type of games. Right in the middle, you know. If this game ended right now, it'd be, you know, assuming the second half, 28-20. That's the type of game I like. It's interesting, though. I don't know. The Vikings, they gained some momentum at the end of the half, but it's tough to know who has the momentum going into the halftime. This Run CMC can't keep up. Ravens Seahawks Super Bowl, Mr. Cruz. Singh says Matt Ryan in Super Bowl 51 was the worst performance in the Super Bowls in the 2010s. Oh! I think that's Jared Goff, bro. Ultra says Devontae Freeman whiffed on a block. That was the strip by Dante Hightower. Defense couldn't stop a nosebleed in the fourth. That's true. Kyle and Dan Quinn were passing for some reason, and the holding penalty held us out of field. I'm just joking. I don't think it was Matt Ryan's fault, but it was partly his fault. I mean, he's on the team. Every player's fault. I think you know whose fault it was? It was Tom Brady's for being Tom Brady. And Julian Edelman for making that ridiculous catch. It was mostly the Patriots winning more so than the Atlanta losing. Because if Hightower doesn't make the play, if Edelman doesn't make the catch, if Brady doesn't make those throws, they don't have a chance anyways. Miss Sharon says Seahawks ain't making it, bruh. Big Simple says, new here. I talk about Redskins. We lit. What's up, man? Show more respect, says Ultra. Ravens are going to beat the Titans 45-17. Holy. That would be a blowout. When's the last time we had a blowout like that in the divisional round? 45-17? Damn. Ryan owns the overrated crown, says Run CMC. $45-17. I think I said 31-17. That's my prediction. Obviously, Titans over Ravens. No, I'm just kidding. Ravens. It's good to be lucky. Yup. It's lucky to be... I don't know if that works the other way. Lucky to be good. Good to be lucky. My team is the Patriots, but we're eliminated. I don't think there's been any injuries in the first half. Am I wrong? Oh, if you guys wanted to know, Kevel picked the Niners, Ravens, Chiefs, and Packers. What do you guys have thought of Jimmy G so far in this game? Good, bad, okay? And same for Cousins. Who's played better? I'm just checking the socials right now. Ultra says, typical Panthers fan. Let's get into your one-year wonder quarterback who can't throw the ball. Ooh! Sherrod says, no injuries. No injuries. Singh says, at least the Pats beat the Browns. Yeah. Yeah. Big Simple likes Tom Brady. Thank you for appreciating greatness, Big Simple. Kevin says, Pat's eliminated for now. Going to reload and we'll be back. I'm with you, Kevin. I'm with you. I'm sorry, but my Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl. I don't care what no one says Cruz. Garoppolo runs hot and cold, says Kevin. 49ers definitely. They play very good. Can be very streaky. Ultra says he doesn't understand the Seattle hype. I haven't understood it since the beginning of the year. Run CMC says, not when healthy, it's not great, but not seriously questionable. What? I don't even know what you're saying. Big Simple says Garoppolo's played better. Cruz says Chiefs are overrated. They only have a good offense. Ultra says Chiefs defense has been elite the last 5 games. Yeah, but they played nobody. I think the Chiefs defense is better, but I don't know if they're elite. Monty says Texans going all the way. Chiefs ain't winning. Chiefs ain't winning. Texans going all the way. Max says Chiefs are the best team in the AFC. Here you go. Ultra, I don't understand the Seahawks hype either. They may lose 56-7. Holy, I don't know about that. That's like Imagine Madden bad in Madden. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you do Gronk Spike, Kittle Spike the like button. Do it. Also, if you're new and you haven't already, subscribe to the Bottom Line View for more live streams. And I will let you know that later on today, I'm doing a recap for the Titans and the Ravens game. Should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in that game. I think that's interesting from a coaching perspective. And it might be a little bit of a throwback type of game that we have on our hands. 1 versus 6 seed. Running the football. Dan says, I like to see Andy Reid win a Super Bowl, but he will probably be outcoached and outsmart himself. That happens to him a lot. Singh has the Chiefs winning 34-28 over the Texans. Crow says, I'm talking about the game we played the Seahawks. Cost me the game. Oh. Golden Gate Bridge. San Francisco is looking pretty today. 14-10. 10 of 12, 81 yards, touchdown, sacked twice. For Jimmy, 18 for 13, 105, a touchdown and a pick. We're about to have the kickoff. Vikings have only ran the ball for 14 yards in the first half. And the 49ers have had 14 first downs. I agree with that. That's what I was trying to say. I think I did say that, but quarter 3. There we go. 14-10. We're about to get this quarter 3 underway. What's up, robot guy? Yeah, robot Gronk, spike it. All right, here comes the kickoff. It's Richie James who gets to the 21-yard line. Maybe the 22. Kyle likes the way his team's playing except for that interception. Fair enough. Zimmer says his defense hasn't been playing very good. Interesting. What do you guys think? This will be an offensive half or a defensive half? I kind of think it's going to be a defensive half, but we'll see. Ultra says Seattle needs Russell Wilson to be a superstar. If he's not, they cannot compete. I've been saying that for a long time. It's just common. It's just the same thing over and over. Vikings got a penalty? No. Did they? Come on, refs, make the call. Chiefs win 28-3, says Run CMC. 1st and 10. Hand off. That's Mosert for a couple of yards. Jimmy G. Highlight tape. Play action. He's been 4 for 4 for 54. You wonder why they haven't gone to it more. Get it? That rhymed. Is Zimmer a top 5 defensive coach? I would say yeah. Yeah. I think he's been a top 5 defensive coach for a while. 3rd and 6 for the Niners. Almost another interception. Jimmy's forcing these. Forcing them. 3rd and 6. Zimmer's D doing a good job taking away some of the stuff they like to do here. Pressure on Jimmy. Jimmy slides. He makes the throw. And what a catch by Kendrick Bourne. Great play. Is Ron Rivera? No. Not any. He was maybe at one point, but not now. They picked up the blitz well. Jimmy bought time, and Bourne made a heck of a catch. Great contested catch. Bodo's not pleased with the refs. In the I form is Jimmy and the Niners. Hand off to Coleman. Coleman for about 4. 32-yard line of the Vikes. Second and 5. Nothing from Kittle, really. 13 minutes left in the third. Handoff. That's Coleman. He gets a first down. George Kittle double teaming Hunter, then going to Kendricks. Nice play by him. 12 minutes left. More I form. It's a pitch to Coleman. They ran this play in the first half. Inside the 20-yard line are the 49ers. Just a nice, steady drive from the Niners. Deshaun smells a interception. Third and short. People are smelling an interception. Third and 2. Garoppolo fakes the handoff. Rolling out and nobody open, so he decides to throw it away. So probably a field goal upcoming for the Niners. This is a big kick. Robbie hasn't been the greatest this year, so we'll see if he can make it. Shanahan's not happy. Vikings did a really good job taking that away. Nobody open. And good pressure, too. 35-yarder. Robbie makes it again just inside the left upright. So, 17-10. Still a touchdown deficit, though, for the Vikings. They're still in this game. Still in this game. What do you guys think is going to happen on this drive? Vikings score a touchdown, field goal, punt. What's going to happen? Interception? Vikings need to step up and keep up. They slipping. Forcing a field goal, that's not so bad. What do you guys think of this Bad Boys 3? It's a trailer on the commercial. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't ran the ball up the middle more, Max. Kevin says touchdown Vikings. Singh says punt. Deshaun says Minnesota touchdown from Diggs. Sharon says field goal. And Charles says Vikings. Just Vikings. CJ says it looks lame. Sean says, good movie. Kevin says, Vikings. Fun did it. Really? Interesting. Bodo says, pick 6. That would be game. Pick 6. I feel like if the 49ers are able to get a 2-score lead, the game is over. They just haven't been able to. They've been so close. But the Vikings just continue to find a way to stay in the game. Bodo's going to skip the Bad Boys 3. Who's better kicker, Robbie or Greg? Greg. Ooh, Crow says Robbie. I think right now Greg is better. Robbie had a better career, though. Kevin says, Bad Boy 3 looks boring unless there's a hot girl in the movie. Sean says, 35-yard touchdown pass from Cousins to Diggs. That's his call. Ooh, good return here to the 30. Near the 35-yard line is Abdullah. Vikings almost as overrated as the Packers. I think Vikings are underrated. They beat the Saints. Nobody thought that would happen. Nobody gave them any respect. All right, 1st and 10. 10 minutes left. Diggs. Okay, they tried running it up the middle there a little bit, but Cook didn't go anywhere. Maybe a yard. Yeah, he did look mean. He did look mean. Nick Bosa coming from the other side to make the tackle. Second and 9. Thielen motion. Thielen. Cousins looking to throw to someone, but there's no one open. Cook looking for a flag, but no flag on the play. Nick Bosa just blanketing Dalvin Cook. Third and 9. Huge 3rd and 9 for the Vikings. Cousins. It's picked off, and that's the GOAT, Richard Sherman. And Sherman is inside the 30 at the 28-yard line, but there is a flag on the play. Will Richard Sherman keep this up? Oh, somebody's down, though. Offensive lineman. What city do I live in? Right now I'm in Toronto. Thielen versus Sherman. Physical battle. And, oh, the ball was thrown inside, and Sherman just reacted to it quicker than Thielen did. The Sherm, the Hall of Famer, coming up big. Oh, it was blindside blocked by Bosa. That's going to move back the Niners. Yeah, I'm Canadian. I'm from Vancouver. Seattle should have kept Sherman. Yep. That's going to move them back 15 yards. That's a big penalty. He is one of the best corners of all time. Both of your parents are Canadians, and you're not a Canadian? Wow. Kevin says there's Cousins' interception. Sherman trolling Cousins saying, I like that. I live like right downtown Toronto. He's been great for the 49ers, Sherman. Big reason why they're where they're at. 1st and 10 for the Niners. And now they're back like almost near midfield. That 15 yards is a big deal. If the Vikings can get a stop here, the 49ers would not get any points. 2nd and 6. I live in Vancouver when I'm at home, and I live in Toronto when I'm at school. Are you from Seattle? 2nd and 6. Hand off to Coleman. Coleman bullies his way to a first down. It wasn't a bad pass. It was a miscommunication between Thielen and Cousins. I don't think it was really Cousins' fault, because they were looking to hit that route and Cousins threw it. You could say it was a bad pass, but I think they were just miscommunicating. That's why they were talking to each other on the sidelines. Coleman's had 11 rushes this game. Kind of surprising. And it was a good read by Sherman, too. 1st and 10. Coleman stretch run. Coleman hits it back inside and gets about 6 or 7. Niners' offensive line is playing better than Minnesota's offensive line so far. Niners are winning the line of scrimmage right now. 2nd and 4. Hand off to Mostert. Mostert gets the first down. They're just running it. '18th first down for the 49ers. They've been dominating this game, and the score is 17-10. And they're doing it without Kittle having a big impact. You're right. Durkant hates Tevin Coleman. Hates him. 25 minutes of possession for the 49ers. Only 13 for the Vikings. Handoff to Mostert. And that's 4 or 5 yards. Six minutes and 45 seconds left in the third. Yeah, but I don't know how the Vikings are in this game with only 4 first downs. You should have visited me, Run CMC. Charles, possibly, yeah. 2nd and 6. Juszczyk split out wide to the left. Handoff to Mostert. And he gets a couple yards. Able to fight through some contact. So this is going to be 3rd and short. This would be big for the Vikings if they can force a field goal here. Julian, you're missing all of it, man. You're probably watching AE dub. Mike Shanahan in attendance. 3rd and 2. Every single play has been a run on this drive. Coleman up the middle. Coleman first down. Coleman fighting his way to the 2-yard line. And the 49ers are just bullying the Vikings right now. They're wearing down that pass rush. Wearing down that defense. And time of possession has been deadly. Juszczyk with a great block here on Barr. Seals the edge. And Coleman gets it down inside the 3. 1st and goal. 7 rushes, 0 passes. But it's been effective. 5 minutes left in the third. Hand off to Coleman, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown. 49ers. Coleman with a big game. $23-10. Uh-oh, Vikings. They can't stop the run right now. 23-10, running the ball down their throats. Can Kirk Cousins make a miraculous comeback? Or will the Niners move on to host the NFC Championship? The kick is up for Robbie, and it is good. 24-10. Kevin Durant hates Tevin Coleman even more. He slipped in there like butter, says Sharon. Singh says next play is going to be a safety. What? What? Is this the end of the Vikings? Bodo says game is over, man. Game over. Game, set, match. Ah! Kevin Durant doesn't like Atlanta, but that's funny. You've never seen Kevin Durant and Ultra fight in the chat? That's shocking. Guys, if you haven't already, Gronk spiked the like button. Remember to come back after the Baltimore-Tennessee game for my live recap on that game. If you're a Chiefs fan, if you are a Ravens fan, if you are a Titans fan, if you are a Texans fan, you'll definitely want to tune into that recap for my thoughts on what I think about them going into the next round. And if you're just a fan of the NFL in general, you'll have fun. And you can make fun of Kevin Durant. That's always fun. All right. 4:54 left in the third. Robbie kicks it deep. And Amir Abdullah is going to take it out to the 20, to the 30. He is about at the 28-yard line. Want to get away. All right. What was I going to look for here? Yeah, Ultra is Atlanta fan. You can't tell. 1st and 10. Cousins throws it out wide to Thielen. Thielen looking to break a tackle. He cannot on... Is that Witherspoon? 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third. Cousins trying to get back to the line a little quicker here. Cousins might have to start going fast. Vikings offense might have to start picking up the pace. Play action on 2nd and 5. Cousins under pressure. Cousins throws it over the middle, and that is Rudolph for a couple of yards. I will say, 49ers defense all over the Vikings play action game. Yeah, it has been a while since the Niners D has been out there all healthy. Things are looking good so far, yep. And I also feel like their game plan's been really good for their defense. They kind of just know where to stop them, how to stop them. 3rd and 4. Rudolph motions from left to right. Cousins under pressure. Cousins throws, and it's incomplete. He couldn't scramble for it because there was a player right there on the first down marker. And it's incomplete with great coverage from Mosley at corner by the 49ers. 3 minutes and 37 seconds left in the third. Kevin Durkant says, why didn't the Niners use Tevin Coleman more in the regular season? Because they were waiting for the playoffs. That's why. Kevin says, mixed Ultra and Kevin Durkant up. They both talk so much trash. That's actually true. Fourth and 4. Kick is away. And the Vikings down it about at the 21-yard line of the 49ers. So we'll see what happens here. If the 49ers can milk some more clock, I think that would be a successful drive, even if they don't get points. Martin Jones sucks. Kirk should have ran it. Should he? He would have been tackled. I don't know. Martin 5 Jones. What's our predictions for the game, Ravens-Titans? I have Ravens 31, Titans 17. Julian says, what do you think the Eagles should do in the offseason, Mitch? It's very tough to say because they had a lot of injuries this year. But I think the number one position they need to get is they need to get a receiver. They need to look at getting some more defensive back help, whether that's safety or corner, more specifically corner. And I think they have the running back. They have the offensive line. Tight end is good. Quarterback, they're committed. And defense, maybe linebacker. I don't know. I feel like they have a lot of the positions in place. I think it's just a couple extra things, and they'll be right back in the mix. Ooh, Xavier Rhodes, pick 6. Bodo says, this smells like all these games are going to be blowouts. That would be shocking if we didn't get at least one surprise game. Run CMC says, Whiteside's a bust. They need new training staff. Yes, they do. It's a good point. Hypebeast says, Niners are proving that they are better than the Saints. Facts. Sharon says, I wish the Titans and the Ravens could lose. Yes, ESPN has the worst announcing team, commentating team. 1st and 10 for the Niners at their own 17. I'm not using DAZN right now, no. I have my cable. Coleman for 5 or 6 yards. They're going to try and take that clock down. Vikings are going to come back. I don't think so, but we'll see. I hope they make it close. Garoppolo's not had a very sexy day today. He only has 126 yards and a touchdown and a pick. But they've been effective on offense. Honestly, they should have 30 points if he didn't throw that pick. 3rd down upcoming. Well, the Saints didn't just struggle, they lost. But yeah, you're correct, Hype Beast. Also, different matchups. Different matchups. But you're correct. Two minutes left in the third. 3rd and 1. Big 3rd and 1. Handoff. He is stuffed. That's a huge stop by the Vikings defense, guys. Vikings will get the ball back here. It's going to be 4th and 2 with 1:50 left in the 3rd quarter. And Kyle Shanahan cannot believe his eyes on that play. What a play. Oh, nobody blocked that guy. Nobody blocked him. Kevin, I agree with that. Kevin's a smart man. Chiefs Rule says, where is the Vikings fans at? Who names their kid Booger? I don't know. That's a good question. Booger's parents. What just happened? The 49ers get the ball back after a muff punt. Vikings will Viking. Classic Vikings. Now Tevin Coleman's going to score another touchdown. Sherrills drops the punt, and what could have been an interesting comeback. Muff punt. 49ers will get the ball, likely score a touchdown. This game will be over, and this stream will end if it's 31-10. I'm sorry. I'm going to go eat. You know? Get ready for the next game. Raheem Mostert playing running back and special teams. Making plays, baby. Making plays. One minute left in the third. The Vikings desperately need to get a turnover. I don't even know if they can hold them to a field goal here. Yeah, the Vikings had a good season. Congrats to Vikings fans. I'm not streaming the night game, but I am doing a recap, David. Kevin says, what? No comeback? 28-3? Remember? No, it's not happening. Tom Brady's not playing in this game. I don't know if you know that. 49ers versus Chiefs is my Super Bowl prediction, says Hypebeast. That would be a great game. I think 49ers versus Baltimore or 49ers versus Chiefs, both would be excellent. Minnesota done effed up, says Miss Sharon. 12 consecutive run plays for the 49ers offense. 30 seconds left in the third. This is a screen to Kittle. Kittle inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. This is going to take it to the fourth quarter, guys. This has been a good performance by the Niners. I'll give them credit. I think the Niners might blow out whoever they play next week. Minnesota lost this game. You think they lost it more than the Niners won it? I think the Niners won it, bro. David says, where do you think Brady goes if he doesn't sign with the Pats? I don't know. The Bears, the Chargers, the Rams, the Colts, one of those teams. Brady reaction videos. What reaction videos? Deshaun says Brady to the Cowboys. No. Dak to the Cowboys. Sorry to disappoint ya. David's a Bears fan. I'm sure you're hoping that Brady goes there. Guys. If you haven't already, Gronk spike the like button. And if you are new, subscribe to the Bottom Line View for more NFL. Yeah, do it. Chauncey says, what a party without a good brother. What's up, Chauncey? I haven't seen you in a while, man. What's up, man? Run CMC says divisional games are never close. Hype Beast says Tom Brady will have a good chance to make the playoffs if he signs with a playoff run if he signs with the Bears. I don't know if it's better than just playing for the Patriots, but yeah, I guess. Kevin says Brady to the Colts. Never. Not after Deflategate. No way. Sean says, I think Brady will return to New England. What do you think? I think so, too. Hypebeast says, Bears with Brady would be scary. Chauncey says, Tom goes to the Detroit Lions. Says Chauncey. Arizona's not going to happen. They have Kyler Murray. 3rd and goal. Garoppolo fakes the pitch. And then pitches it inside to Kittle, but that's not going to be enough for a touchdown. So it will be interesting to see. I guess the 49ers will take the 3-score lead here and kick the field goal. Harrison Smith did not flinch on this play. He's so good. "21-yard field goal attempt. Will this be good? It is good. 27-10 49ers. 3-score game. Breaking news, Cowboys meet with Tom Brady. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, why would they get rid of Dak, guys? Come on, I know some of y'all hate Dak, but I don't watch AA-Dub, Chauncey. I kind of know what's going on with it, but I don't really watch it. Do you like it, Chauncey? Kevin says Brady to the Lions might be a possibility. Well, if they get rid of Stafford, I guess. I feel like I'd rather have Stafford at this point. I don't know. It's pretty close there between the two of them. Hypebeast says, you think this would be Drew Brees' last season with the Saints? Like this season or the next season? Brady to the Jets or Miami. That's not happening. Stafford's always hurt, says Run CMC. Falcons for Brady. I wonder, the Ultra, it would go from being his least favorite player to his favorite player. Did you used to watch TNA? Yeah. Not like every week, but like a fair amount. Good amount. Big Chris Jericho guy, Chauncey. What do I think will happen if the Ravens meet the Chiefs? I did predict the Chiefs to win, but I kind of want to see what happens this week in order to make an analysis next week, and then I want to be able to dive deeper in the game to see what would happen. I really don't know yet until we get to that actual matchup, and then that's when I'll be able to break it down further. But on my first instinct, I thought it would be the Chiefs, if that answers your question. Iceberg says, come on, Vikes. Party, says Run CMC. Party is in the chat. He says, Dak sucks. That's actually relevant to the conversation right now. Wow. Kevin says, I just think it's a possibility because of Coach Matty P. It is, but they have to get rid of their quarterback first. All right, on 1st and 10, Kirk Cousins incomplete. 14 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Matt says, are the Packers winning? They're not playing right now, but tomorrow I think they will win. Yes. Julian says AEW is nowhere in TNA's league and nowhere in WWE's league. Ooh. 2nd and 10. Deshaun says Brady will retire a Patriot. All right. Cousins thrown up, and the offensive lineman comes down with it for a couple of yards. This game is kind of dull, yeah. I'm surprised they haven't gone to the Diggs matchup more often. Bradbury with the snag. What a center. Well, if the Vikings score here, I don't know. We'll see. 3rd and 8. Oh, never mind. Cousins is sacked. Boza is hurt, though, on that sack. Oh, that's not good. Double team on Thielen. Diggs needs to win his matchup. Seahawks have a better chance of beating the 49ers than Packers, in my opinion. I agree, but I think the Packers will beat the Seahawks, so. Julian says, you like that? You like that? Boza is hurt. He's getting up now. And now he's rocking. What the heck? Now he's fired up. I thought he was hurt. What a faker. Colquitt punts it away for the Vikings. 12 minutes left in the fourth. Richie James with the fair catch. Bob Money says Vikings have the worst quarterback in history. At quarterback, the Vikings are the worst team in the world. Okay. Nowhere to throw the ball for Kirk, says Kevin. That's true. Yeah, they got back D Ford today. David has Seattle winning versus the Packers. It's the worst playoff game so far this year. Yeah, that's probably true. Kevin Durant. Mark says he's a phony. Are you speaking about Kirk? I don't think it's Kirk's fault. Bob is obviously a 49ers fan if you check his picture. Kirk. (27-23) Seattle wins tomorrow, says Deshaun. Worst playoff game was Seahawks Eagles? Yeah, maybe. Kirk's name should be Captain Choke, says Bob. Or Captain Joke. Wow. Now you're all tough. Where were you at the beginning of the game? What's my nationality? I'm Canadian. I'm Italian and I guess Canadian, but you could count French Canadian potentially because my mom is French Canadian. So I'm assuming the roots go back to Italy and France, if that's what you're asking. But I'm Canadian. Bob says the Vikings fans have been on his last nerve. Any scores for tonight's game? Yeah, guys, what's the scores for tonight's game? Julian says, should the Eagles draft the quarterback in the early rounds or go after Tom Brady? No, they're going to just start Carson Wentz. They're committed to him. They just signed him. 145 rushing yards to Dalvin Cook's 15. That's insane. We'll see what happens on this drive. 2nd and 8, handoff to Tevin Coleman to about the 19-yard line. Third down upcoming for the 49ers. Vikings trying to get the ball back. Sean says Ravens winning 27-20. That would be a good game. If anyone was wondering, Ingram and Andrews are both playing tonight. They were both questionable. 3rd and 4. Garoppolo throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. Bourne dropped it on a slant. The Bears need a offensive line. On a serious note, says Mark, when Green Bay beat the 49ers, will the league take us seriously? I'd say so. We'd be in the Super Bowl. Yeah, obviously. I think if you beat the 49ers, yeah. I think part of the reason people don't take you seriously right now is because you were destroyed by the 49ers. Chauncey says, Matt, have people with WWE already. What? Matt who? Julian, you have good reason to be concerned. Wentz is injury prone, I'm afraid to say. He's injury prone. He had a concussion. He was hit by a 260-pound man on the back of his head. And most people were going to get hurt there. But I will say, he has an injury history. But I don't think they're going to move on from him anytime soon because he's too good of a quarterback to move on from right now. I'm excited for the draft. Patriots don't have a second-round pick, though, I don't think. Sanu. Bum. Bum diddly. Bum diddly do. 27-10. I was hoping for this game to be closer. Guys, if you haven't already, you know what to do. Do I even need to say it? Do I even need to say it? Kittle, spike the like button. Subscribe. Maybe tomorrow, if I do a live stream, I'll try and get a guest on. We'll have to see. What's considered an early round? Like a first round pick, a second round pick, a third round pick? It's like a third round, or sure. Kevin says Gronk spike, yeah baby. I'm sure he said it just like that too. I don't want to. I'd rather do a recap. I actually enjoy doing recaps more anyways, personally. But, you know, I do live streams for the peoples. Matt Hardy, breaking news, is going to A-dubs. Says Alpha the Chauncey Bullock. Not first round. I wouldn't draft one in the first round. I would draft a receiver in the first round. Maybe the third or second round. Maybe. Like I said, I think their top two needs are receiver, corner. First and 10 near the 45-yard line for the Vikings. Dalvin Cook with arguably his best running of the day. That's 4 yards for Cook. $10:45 left in the fourth. 2nd and 4 for Cousins. Shotgun. Screen again. These play calling is awful today by the Vikings. It's like run, screen, screen, run, screen, run, screen, run, screen. Chiefs Rule says Vikings were so happy to beat the Saints and so confident, and now they're going to be crying. Third and 7. The biggest 3rd and 7 of the Vikings season. And they sacked again. This was the biggest issue coming in this game. I said it on the preview. They can't block in 3rd and 7. Buckner got him with the sack. This game's over, guys. Buckner destroyed that guy. All right, guys, I think I'm going to go. I mean, 9 minutes left. Fair catch by the Niners. All right, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Chat isn't as active as before. So, that being said, I hope you enjoyed the live stream. I will see you for a recap of the Titans and Ravens later tonight. Saquon and Lamar on the same team. That would be fun. Thank you guys. If you haven't already, again, Gronk spike it and subscribe if you're new. We'll see you later on. We'll see if the Vikings can make any sort of comeback. I doubt it. That's why I'm leaving. 49ers, just overall, really impressive performance. Defensively, they got their pass rush back. They played the run very well versus one of the better run teams in the league. They hurried Kirk Cousins. They covered their receivers very effectively. Diggs had nowhere to go outside that one play. The Niners controlled the time of possession. Niners were able to hit play action off of the running game. And that one drive where they just controlled the entire clock and just took the will out of the Vikings, that was really impressive to see. This wasn't an easy game coming in for the 49ers. They proved that they are the best team, in my opinion, in the NFC. And we'll see next week who they have to go against. But they are definitely going to be the favorites going into next week after this performance. So there you go. Niners, Vikings, 27-10. As I say goodbye, peace out.